Hello, welcome back. Now that I've finished the TIE Fighter, I had to do the time lapse. I hope you were able to watch that so you could see the detail that I added. It's just not very easy to talk in a video and paint the details, so I decided to do those time lapse. But as you can see up here, I'm going to put in a couple some TIE Fighters that are way off in the background to add a little bit more of that drama. So let's see. Alright, so I told you a little bit yesterday about myself and why I paint what I paint. I love to do Star Wars art, but also I love to draw and paint animals, wildlife, art as well. And I'll be doing those types of paintings to come. I bought some beautiful wolf photographs from photographer Monty Sloan, who works out of the Wolf Park at Yellowstone National Park. And he is kind enough to sell me his work so that I can paint. He just requires that I pay him 10% royalty if I sell any of the art that I paint. So that's kind of nice. But he does fantastic work. I recommend that you go visit his website, wolfpark.com, so you can see some of his beautiful pictures of the wolves living in the wild. Alright, so here we have a little bit of a silhouette of the TIE Fighter approaching in the background. I like to add a little bit of depth. I recommend it highly for your compositions that you have something in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. It adds depth. That's how the human eye sees, so that's how you should paint. Painting and drawing, it's basically seeing. So be a great observer of things. And in life, when you see something, you're usually seeing something in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Adds depth. Alright, so why do I like to paint wildlife and Star Wars, etc.? Escapism, I guess. I'm a great escape artist. Reality sometimes is just a bit too much. So, painting and disappearing into this alternative universe is a lot of fun. I guess that's why I like to write too. I write books for middle school kids for the same reason, escape from reality. But I don't recommend that you always escape. You have to face the music at times too. Star Wars came out when I was 10 years old. It was a life-changing motion picture for me and many others. Helped me deal with a lot of things going on at home, parents, marriage, struggling, things like that. So it brings back a lot of wonderful memories. Alright, with this TIE Fighter you can see that I've had to do it adding some red and black. So what it comes down to is these TIE Fighters are flying through the gaseous clouds, but they will also reflect the light, which happens to be like a red glow. So you need to show that. Yeah, they might just be black silhouettes, but nothing really is black. Everything reflects light. Only the total absence of light is blackness. So I'm going to add a little bit of that depth here. In painting, all the colors blended together creates black. So it's not a color, it's just a tone. But in photography, all the colors blended together actually is white. So keep that in mind. Art and photography are different. And again, it's just the way the eye sees, that's all. Alright, so there's one. Now I have the other one drawn over here. It's mostly in darkness, so then I can have mostly red. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to give it that glow. Okay. There we go. So this way it shows up in that dark void called space. It's a nice contrast. I use the ruler as a guide, but if you have a steady hand, you can also use the dowel rod to help you, but if you have a steady hand and don't need that guide, then go for it. But I need a guide. You don't need a lot of detail for these, they're off in the distance. It's just to add a little bit of drama. And that's what Kylo Ren is all about. I really enjoyed Force Awakens. I thought J.J. Abrams and the writer Lawrence Kasdan did a great job of creating the magic from the first trilogy, from A New Hope that came out in 1977. He did a great job of adding humor and interest, holding the audience's interest, which is not an easy thing to do, but he did. All right. So this here, it's now starting to go into the red gaseous cloud, so you're going to see that it transitions to black. Same over here. There you go. So I don't need to make these too detailed, just to add some depth. So I'm going to let those dry and then go back over them. Now in this painting I have this blank space up here that I thought about just leaving blank, but it didn't look whole, so I decided I'm going to add the ghostly outline of Darth Vader up here, because Darth Vader had such a strong influence on Kylo Ren. He's Kylo Ren's grandfather, so I thought it'd be kind of cool over here in the clouds, the gas clouds, to have a ghost figure of Darth Vader's mask. I thought that'd be kind of cool. So I'm going to sketch that out, and I'll do that and then be back.